Burrow.
Good morning. Yeah, 32-year-old Nikea Aldridge shot over the weekend as she was walking home on a Friday afternoon after registering one of her 4 children for school. Police don't believe she was the intended target. Was shot actually multiple times while apparently 2 suspects were taking aim at a 25-year-old driver. The suspects actually picked up pretty quickly. 2 brothers, Darren Sorrells, 22, and Darwin Sorrells, both of them pretty long rap sheets. One of them actually wearing an electronic device, was just put on parole 2 weeks ago. It's still no weapon found, but police were able to find these 2 gentlemen quite quickly.
Ryan Burrow, what part of town was this in? How bad or how safe is this neighborhood?
Not very safe. South and west sides of Chicago are pretty rough right now. And, one of the things that we notice with all of these shootings, by the way, 49 total shootings this weekend in Chicago. It was a fairly nice weekend, couple little rain showers, but summer weekends in Chicago are always the worst. In fact, a lot of people equate the decrease in crime 2 years ago to the fact that it got so bitterly cold over the winter. But not the case. Weather really not helping police out this weekend. This is one of those situations where we tend to see when women are shot, innocent bystanders, children, the community comes out and speaks, and they know who fired the weapon, and they can point them out, and they're not afraid to do so. But it tends to be the case with young African-American men. When they're shot and killed, people, button their lips. They don't want to be the snitch. They don't want any retribution. And a lot of people who witness these things aren't doing legal activity as it is. So, in this case, police were able to make quick work, and they credit the community with actually helping them out.
How was Donald Trump's tweet received in Chicago?
Yeah, not too well. A lot of people kind of scratching their head. Donald Trump tweeting out immediately after it was revealed that it was Dwayne Wade's cousin. Dwayne Wade's cousin, he did spell Dwayne wrong, but it can be a difficult name, I suppose. Just shot and killed walking her baby in Chicago. Just what I have been saying, African Americans will vote Trump. Later at a campaign stop in Iowa, saying that we send our thoughts and our prayers to the family and promise to fight for a better tomorrow. Kind of continuing this narrative that he said on Bill O'Reilly's show on Fox News, saying that if cops just were a little more aggressive, this kind of stuff wouldn't be happening and the crime would be cleaned up.
Ryan Burrow with ABC News. Chicago is sort of the poster child of all the violence going on there. Violence happens in other cities, but it seems like you mentioned 49 shootings this past weekend. At some point, Ryan, you become almost desensitized to these numbers.
I would say yes, but you always get these cases like Nikea, who was walking home, a mother of 4. There are 4 children now who don't have a mother. You've got cases of children who are sitting on their patio or their porch getting gunned down, people who are innocent bystanders who are at bus stops. And, as the stories come out of these innocent people who don't seem to be kind of involved in the gang culture, it doesn't desensitize. I think people's hearts go out, but solving this problem is not easy. There's so many facets, whether it be the gangs, whether it be the flow of guns, whether it be policing, whether it be the community, explaining who's doing the shooting, whether it be the prosecution. There are just so many facets of it. And, yeah, Chicago is the poster child right now, but this is nothing new. I mean, we remember, South Central L.A. back in the late 80s, early 90s. I mean, this kind of stuff was going on there, too. So this is just kind of Chicago's time in the darkness, I suppose.
Ryan, of the 49 shootings, how many killed over the weekend?
9 in total, including Nikea. And that, the question is now how many of these are going to be prosecuted? The turnover rate for these detectives actually clearing a case, very, very low, especially a case involving young black men, mainly because even though people know who the shooter is, they just don't want to face it. They just don't want to fess up.
Yeah. You mentioned South Central L.A. That had a lot to do with the drug trade. A lot of people point to the flow of heroin and drugs through, in, and out of Chicago as the main reason for the increase in the crime over the last couple of years.
It's quite possible. The cartel has been very, very active here in Chicago. I mean, one of the reasons why they want to get El Chapo here in Chicago is because he's had such a big influence, whether it be drugs or guns. The incredible flow of guns. They've been pulling thousands upon thousands of guns, illegal guns, off the streets here in Chicago, and it's like trying to, there's a faucet going of guns. I mean, it doesn't matter how many they pull off; they continue to flow through.
Ryan Burrow, ABC News correspondent. Thanks, Ryan.
All right, take care.
49 shootings over the weekend in Chicago, 9 dead. 7:25 here, Big 550.